Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is the fantastic new little boat line route that we created in the last episode. And it's the Vandal. Yes, indeed it is. I thought that we would start off the episode with a nice scenic shot. And it seems to be going well. It's only lost us like £300 million at the moment. Sorry, $300 million. 121k. Yeah, so positively a lot we've lost from it. Anyway, it doesn't particularly matter. That's just a little bit of an experiment that we're doing to see if it's actually going to work. There's a lot of oil actually waiting here, so 91 oil. We have a capacity of 100, so honestly, it's going to take a little while for that to fill up. Anyway, that's not really what we're going to be doing in today's episode. We're not going to be mucking around with any more stupid stinking boats because they've betrayed me in the past. We are going to be mucking around with some trains. And that's right, it's finally come time to give this area a major upgrade. Now, there's a couple of things that I really want to do. Number one is increase the number of logs that we are delivering from here all the way over to here. That's absolutely something that I want to do. In addition to that, I also want to make sure that we are increasing the number of passengers that we are running on the good old regular. Which at the moment has got 87 people waiting. And there's a couple of ways that we can go about doing this, right? One of the ways that we can go about doing it is by making longer stations. We could arguably get rid of this station. I think this is a 160 meter station. Could get rid of it, give it a new one. Could do the same over here, and that would allow us to get longer trains, which would then be able to take more passengers or whatever. But that's not something that I'm really happy with. What I really want to do is twofold. What we are going to do to start things off, and we're going to do this in the pause because, in fact, no, we're going to wait until the train gets back here, because there is something that we are going to do, and it's going to be big. It is going to be really big. In fact, I'm going to do a couple of things. So I want to make this a bigger station. I want to make it 3 station tiles wide, and I also want to make it much longer. Why? Because I want to future-proof this operation, and I'm determined to make it count. However, because I don't want to lose the 155 or whatever logs that we've got, we're gonna do something a little bit sneaky. Ooh, the Benz. Is this like the Mercedes-Benz? I take it that's a new vehicle that allows me to transport goods and stuff. Either way, pretty cool. This is a 23-year-old train. We should actually probably replace this. Can we get a brand new train on the line? I mean, what is this? This is the Buzz Lightyear? Sweet. Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, this is the Prussian G3. It's not going to be making us much money because it's costing us such an extraordinary amount of money. We'll put it to 25, and then we shall set up a brand new vehicle. We'll give it the 8. We'll just give it all the latest bells and whistles, so to speak. State car, I think, is still the best. Yeah. Okay. 6 million for this. 156 meters. I mean, that might be, I mean, what, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More than 9. That's how many it is. 9 times 8 is... Okay, it's going to be a significant number of this. Let's just leave it like that, okay? Okay, first of all, we're going to upgrade the train. That's the first step. Now, if there are still goods left over here, then we're going to have to get a second train. And we're going to get a second train just like this one. Although I don't think that there will be many goods left over. Okay, let's see it upgrade. Boom. There we go. Accumulate a fortune of 10 million without debt. Fantastic. There is still logs left over, which is something that I am going to deal with. Now, this train cost us 7.1 million to purchase. That is a lot of money. I want to purchase another one of these things. The reason that I want to do that is because I want to make sure that before we start the station renovations, I want to get all of the goods, all of the product out of this station. So we're going to let things tick over a little bit whilst we accumulate a substantial amount of money. So, what do we need? Well, we can actually start putting it together now. We need an A3. So, we'll need to do this. Get rid of that. 12 carriages. Wow, okay, that's a crap ton. How many carriages can we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. We just need one big delivery. And then we'll be ready to equip this train on the Buzz Lightyear line. Now, the reason that I'm going to do this... Oh, there we go. Perfect. I'm ready to send you out into the world in just a second. First of all, let me pause, because currently the train is waiting at the traffic lights. And if we just equip it onto the line, there is no way that it will actually move forward and pick up the goods on the station. Rather, it's just going to stay in the depot until this train clears. So let's put you there. Very, very simple change. And now we can let this train go into the wild. Stick it on Buzz Lightyear. Fingers crossed this is going to do the thing that we want it to do. It's going to fill up all of the product. It's going to take all of the product from this station. All 59 logs or whatever. Doesn't look like there's any logs from over here. So 59 logs is exactly what's the number that's going to be on this train. So we're roughly filling it 50% of the way. It's fine. You know, we don't have to always fill the train to the absolute max. It's certainly better if we do, but no biggie. Also, all of these vehicles on Woody 1, 2, and 3, let's actually take this opportunity before things get really shitty. Woody 1, 2, 3 are still operating on... Yeah, they're still operating on horse carts. That is insanely old, and so I'm gonna take this opportunity to just auto-replace them with these things, right? The Benz, the Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz, hey, that's perfect. And that's got a higher capacity and also a higher top speed, 40 kilometers per hour. So 40 kilometers per hour happens to be the top speed of all of these shitty country roads. So we'll need to really bear that in mind when we're building roads in the future, because we are now no longer limited by the vehicle. We are limited by the road in terms of how fast the trucks can actually go. That's cool. I like that. I dig it. Alright, perfect. So we should see those being replaced very, very soon, which means that we'll get better and faster wood delivery. Anyway, let's get back to the mission at hand, which is wood. There we go. Perfect. Great. Wait, what? Where are you not going? Do I need another one? Oh, no, you are going. That's weird. You took a little bit of time, but I guess you got there in the end. Anyway, unfortunately, to do that, which I honestly think was very necessary, I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose all of our goods. We are going to need, what's the term? Loads of money. That's the correct term. We are going to need quite a lot of money in order to carry out all of the renovations that we want to. Now, I'm going to try, before that truck gets in, I'm going to try to get the new station in place, because if we can do that, then we can have maximal efficiency, and we'll be able to, fingers crossed, lose no goods in between. Okay, so let's bump it up to a 320 meter station. Let's also bump it up to 3 tracks, because I talked about how that was going to be the track length that I was achieving, or trying to achieve. How much is this going to cost me? Oh, a lot of money. It's also unbelievably slow to respond. Okay, can we just build it in like this new place over here? Like, I think this is probably the cheapest and best place to build it, if we were to build it right here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to take out a quick little loan. Also, it's unbelievably laggy. Gonna take out a little loan of $500,000. No biggie. Unless, oh god, unless I can, I can get rid of this little bit of track. That would certainly help out my endeavor, just by a little bit. We can get a second street connection. What does that do? Does it make it even more laggy? A second street connection. I don't think a second street connection is that necessary, to be honest. 365k. that would mean we would be connecting to an existing road. Oh god, it's so slow. Connect to an existing road, 360k. Honestly, like that is a deal. That is a deal and a half. Sure, I think we're gonna take it. This gives us 3 platforms. This was the platform number that we were aiming for. It's not exactly a rev... Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a passenger line. Well, you know what? Actually, that's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because we're just going to be placing it down in the exact same place. And yeah, it's only going to cost us a little bit of money. 200k or whatever. 260k? Yeah. I mean, we've done most of the land sculpting with the passenger station that we rather stupidly put in place. But either way, this is really, really good. Really, really happy with the way that that this has turned out. We're going to need to build a little bit of infrastructure around it. Most notably at the end up here. 55k. This is going to be a little bit of an expensive depot because that's what we're doing. We're building a depot here. If you didn't guess. Okay. Again, fucking expensive, but probably worth it. Okay. And now we stick a very, very expensive train depot at the end here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this all lined up? Like, is this... Because this looks like a clusterfuck to me. I don't know what a clusterfuck looks like much, but this strikes me as one. Let's retry that. Let's retry that game. All right, you did a great job, but let's try again. All right, perfect. Now, finally, stick the depot right there. 48k, kind of sucks. Almost onto the other track, but hey ho. This is basically just the depot that we're going to use to maintain all of the trains on this route, and probably on this route as well, because this depot will be able to service a lot of places. That's only half of the infrastructure that we've really got to grips with. There's still... Uh-oh. Whoa, that's a little bit of an overhang right there, but no matter. There's still a little bit of an issue with this area, because we've still got to make sure that it all works properly. And at the moment, that's not the case. Okay, we're gonna get these tracks to come out of the... I was going to say base there, but it's not base. That's not the correct term. Okay. Can we maintain a top speed of 120? I think we can. We'll deal with this track a little bit later, actually, because we should only really need 2 tracks for now. I don't think we're really going to get to the point where we're super busy and we need to have more tracks than that. Okay. We're gonna need to run it a little bit. Oh! A little bit of a spawning glitch there. Lovely. Good to see. Okay, pause. And unfortunately, we've gone a little bit into the hole again. You know, I'm gonna take a couple of little loans. I don't think it's a really big deal because we're gonna be able to pay them off very, very rapidly indeed. And it's really, really important to me that we get this done. Okay, can we get this curve to work? Can we do this? Come on, game. That might give me some warnings, or it might not. Okay, that's not top speed, which is not what I want. I want top speed all the way. Like, the top speed of 120 is going to start to be a real issue for us kind of soon. Okay, yeah, I guess that's okay. The problem I have is that currently we're connecting up the leftmost track, and the leftmost track should probably go to this side, I guess? I don't know. Maybe we want to connect up the other track instead. think I'm gonna do that. Sounds like a super, super shitty thing to do, like just keep on wasting money, but I honestly want to make sure that this is perfect. 120, that's great. Now let's get you to follow around this track, and you'll see what I mean. It'll become very, very apparent as we go on. But I just want to make absolutely certain that we build this track properly. Alright, now you're probably going to be able to see exactly why I made the decisions that I did. Because there is a lot of space on this side of the track for the track to be laid, but also it'll allow us to maintain, I think, to 120 all the way around if we do that. Now, that's not technically possible because we have this track in place. However, we are going to be changing that up. In fact, we can probably do it now since there's no trains on it. One signal will be removed. Yeah, that's actually okay. Yeah, I know. Trust me, it's fine. Okay. Okay, perfect. And that... Oh god, no, please no. It's 109. Pretty much what we want. This will work, trust me. It's a big change. It's a big, big, big fucking change. Why on God's green earth are we having overhanging wires? Was that just something that just decided to start happening? I don't know what started happening. It just started happening. Either way, this is it. This is the double route that we're going to be going for. You can turn around. You're heading to Lower Framlingham. This is not Lower Framlingham, is it? No, that's not. That's Elstree and Borehamwood. Yes, there is no route for train 1, but I intend to fix that. I intend to fix that fully. So, we now have a problem. We need to set a standard. We absolutely need to set a standard now. And I think the standard will be... We're going to have a little bit of a conversion here. There we go. We're going to have a standard of trains are going to come back on the left and are going to go on the right. That might not make sense to you or to me, actually. In fact, it doesn't make sense to anybody, actually, as I've just probably explained, but it will work. It will work. Why do you not want to work? So you're telling me this main connection will be interrupted? Yeah, I know it will be interrupted. I'm not overly concerned. I also have zero idea why we're still building electrical cabling, even though electrical cabling isn't required for like hundreds of years. Anyway, the good news is that this station will have no issues with me just adding a second track. Because, as you're well aware, I took the liberty of already... Excuse me? What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. I took the liberty of building this specific second track in order to make this work. Okay, that seems to work. Should be able to just connect this up, right? Hey, that seems to work pretty well. This is good. This is really, really positive. This has been an absolute breeze to do. It looks like that little bit of time that I spent building this second, the bit of track infrastructure that was required to make it a second track station seemed to work. I mean, it's technically not a second track station, but it is as good as well a second track station. Like, we can make the station in Framlingham a second track if we wanted to at an instant. Alright. This station still needs to be upgraded, but for now I think we're mostly okay with the way that it is. We'll need to fiddle around with that in a little sec, but I think it's worth connecting up this line first. Like, this line here is essential to get done right, because this whole track is going to need to be done up. So first of all, we'll be able to have a line that just comes out of here like this, because trains are going to be coming back to Elstree and Bournemouth on this track, right? So should probably just get it to come like out straight here. Yeah, something like that. That seems to be perfectly reasonable. Let's get rid of a bunch of this track because I don't think we'll need it anymore. Well, we'll probably need it, but you know what I mean. Okay. Can we line this track up like next to it? Is that a possibility? There will be a little bit of a crossover up here, but I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. Please don't be a problem. This is going to be a problem, isn't it? It could be a problem, or we can see it as an opportunity. An opportunity for some cool new feature. Right? Right? Am I right? A cool new feature. And when I say cool new feature, I categorically mean tunnel. Okay. Come on. I kind of want to not do that. I kind of want to have a tunnel that comes under here, perhaps. That's going to cost me 2 million. But it would work. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Oh god. I think, you know, I think that this actually might be worth it. It's going to involve us taking out a butt ton more loans. But I think it's going to be cool, right? I think it's going to be cool. It doesn't need to be like super deep. It just needs to be deep. Yeah. All right. There we go. That works remarkably well. Huh. I did not think that that was actually going to be as successful as it was. But as it turns out, tunnels seem to be the way to go. And look, at least we've got a cool new feature, right? It's going to cost me 22. So basically, we've shortened the route. We've shortened the route because it's now going to be going straighter for longer. As far as I'm concerned. We are still missing a route. Town authorities complain about the following interrupted street connections. Framlingham Chemical Plant. Yes, we'll probably sort that out right now, actually. You know what? We'll upgrade it. We'll make it a decent street. Or not. We're not even going to do that. We're just going to make a bridge. Because apparently that's what's asked of me. Or not. Maybe not even a bridge. Fuck me, right? Does it even work going across that way? Oh. There is certain points at which a crossing will work, but I guess certain angles work and others don't. This game's very fussy, as if you probably know that already. You probably know that already. Okay, so all that we need to do is connect things up. Now, I am going to make a second track to this station because it does absolutely need a second station. I'm not ready to expand this to a second station quite yet, but it will be happening. And unfortunately, it's going to involve us knocking down a bunch of buildings, which is going to suck pretty hard. But basically, the second track is going to be on this side of the line, right? Oh, maybe 160k to knock down all those buildings? It's actually not terrible. The crazy thing is if you place a track next to this, this doesn't count as a station tile. I think we probably just place this track because it keeps the tile, it keeps the space free, if that makes sense. I'll also place down this track just to keep the space free, because we are eventually going to be building out here, so we might as well. But the sake of doing that, and just building that track specifically, is to make it clear in my head how this is going to work, because we're going to need to second lineify this whole thing. Construction not possible? Yeah, I mean, this is obviously possible, but the game's being fussy. I'm just figuring it out in my head, like, how is this gonna work? So let's just connect up this track to there, but let's try and do it in a manner that doesn't bleed off all of the speed that we've accumulated. 94, that's almost a speed at which I'm comfortable with. Oh. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Now let's get this track to come down here. Perfect. This is an environmental disaster of epic proportions, but by golly does it look fucking smashing. It's only costing us, like, it's costing us nothing, basically, to upgrade all this track to double. Okay, and now it's just a case of getting this track onto this track. So we'll actually be able to do that probably here. We'll just have a temporary little overlapping area like so. It's not permanent, but it is happening. That's all of our warnings cleared up. Okay, so there is a little bit of signaling that needs to be done, obviously, because that's the manner of things. There's obviously a lot of debt that needs to be paid off as well, which I'm not exactly comfortable with, but it's fine. It's fine for the most part. God damn, this game is really badly optimized. Like, whenever I drag the train, like the signal next to the station, look, you can see, look, I'm dragging a signal next to the track. Dragging a signal next to the track, and then I stop dragging. And then it's so much smoother. Maybe it's just when I'm near the town. It's a little bit weird. Oh god, look at that. Look at that. Look at that shakiness. And then I zoom out and I don't do it. It's super, super weird. Badly optimized game, but needs to be worked on. Okay, let's look at this. So we're gonna need to get signals up this side. Yeah, so basically signals all the way up this side and all the way down this side, right? This is obviously future-proofing it, because I do not expect there to be that many trains on this line for a significant period of time. But it's just worth thinking about. Oh, I can place signals in tunnels now. I remember when you weren't able to do that in Train Fever. Okay. So, there's a little bit of a crossover bit here. It shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. But basically, we should only be able to go this way with these signals. So we should only be able to go the way in which the signal is facing. We're gonna have to flip this around. Now this bit of track here that we've got to do the overlap is very temporary. It's here for a reason. It's to make sure that this train, the good old regular, can get across to the right hand side of the track. Okay, and you are going to be coming from this direction, so we're going to need to make sure that this is all future-proofed. Make sure there's going to be no crashes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm not that bothered about trains being delayed. I'm more just worried about, you know, making sure that it all kind of works. Okay. And that's set up there. Now, finally, we just need to make sure that the crossover is working. Doesn't really need to be a maximal efficiency setup. It just needs to be good enough. That's all that we should need, I think, right? I think that's all we need. Is there any other signals? There is a signal up here. Probably are going to need a couple signals a little bit further up. There we go. These are all in the right orientation. Fine, perfect. Here, and then that there. Bingo. Now, I'm pretty sure... Wow, okay. Pretty sure that this track cannot access here, so we're gonna have to do this manually, connect this up manually, but hey-ho. Yep, that seems to work just fine. Alright, let's unpause quickly, and because this episode has already hit 30 minutes. Also, has our boat arrived yet? I don't think our boat is almost arrived. Oh my god, I kind of want to watch the boat arrive. But I also want to make sure that nothing on this track is fucking up, which it might be. Okay, first of all, let's see if the train crosses over successfully. Indeed it did. You need to be reversed around, and then you should work pretty much perfectly. The train following should also be able to move as soon as we cross the signal. Indeed it can. And you should be on the right-hand side, because you're going over this way. This is working. This is good. This is very, very good. Now, obviously, we are hugely, hugely, hugely in debt, and we're going to be spending a significant period of time paying off all of the money that we have borrowed. But as far as I'm concerned, this should have massively improved our delivery speed, and should really, really help us with a whole bunch of stuff. Not to mention the fact that we have significantly upgraded our station capacity at this end. Like, there are 3 really, really, really long stations, so that's really, really cool. This is working exactly as intended. Train is going to be coming back on the right-hand side. Trains are going to be heading there on the left. This is great. This is really, really good. Oh, beep, beep. Let me guess. New train? Nope, new boat. You know what? I honestly cannot complain at all about this setup. This is the good old regular, right? Yep, indeed the good old regular. It does need an upgrade. In fact, what? Oh, this is a new Prussian G3. Okay, so it just actually auto-replaced the old Prussian G3. Where is it? Good old regular, here. Yeah, so that auto-replace was set on the old Prussian G3. We should probably fix that. I did not know that it did that more than once, because clearly the old Prussian G3 is outdated now. We're going to need to get this, and then a bunch of 3-axle cars. There we go. That's enough 3-axle cars, although that's going to cost us 9 million. That'll be done sometime in the future, so, you know, we've got enough time to accrue a little bit of money. But man, that is really, really cool. I'm so glad that we've managed to set this up. I really, really am happy with it. And the train speeds all along the track should be superb. There should be no issues with any train speed anywhere. It should all be working. The only real issue is this little bit of track there. Like, that may cause a little bit of confusion to the trains, but what? 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 You know how I said it would cause a little bit of confusion? I think it's done that, but also I realized that I'm at fault here as well, because I fucked this up. There needs to be too much curvature, really? Oh my god, what the fuck is that? You told me it was gonna work, and it didn't work. There we go. Just get a little bit of a crossover going on here. There we go. And then let me plan out which side of the road they're going to be on. They're going to be going down that way, so that needs to be there, and then this needs to be here. Yeah. So, unfortunate that this little bit of track that I laid as a temporary measure is still here, but we'll be able to get rid of it now. Alright. Oh, or maybe not, if we don't have enough money. There we go. That worked. Okay, so that should be all confusions ended. It should be working perfectly. Okay, so that was a huge investment of both time, effort, and of course, money. It was a big investment of money, but I hope that it's really going to allow us to upgrade the capacity of the line. The problem is that we're going to need to make sure that we get a lot of logs coming in, especially with the fact that we've got a super fast train. So that's going to have to be kept in mind. But we've also got a bunch of logs as well, which is really cool indeed. Now, something else that I haven't done and have neglected to do is to fix up this route, this little road here. Now, I think that the cars are still delivering, the thingies are still delivering, but unfortunately, they're taking their sweet time in getting here, so I'm gonna have to, do that. But hey, you have a town with a population of at least 750. That is awesome. That is great news. Okay, this episode has gone on for probably far too long already, so I'm gonna end it here, but fingers crossed that this continues to be a thriving, absolutely thriving little business. I don't know if it will be. Obviously, it's a little bit, profitability is a little bit reduced because it's now split across two trains, should I say, which kind of sucks. Also, these trains do cost a shit ton of money now. But hey ho. Oh, industry upgraded. What the hell happened? What the hell upgraded? Something upgraded. Who knows? I would imagine this is probably this one over here. If anything it was to upgrade, it actually is. Holy shit. Wow. Well, there you go. Also, bunch of new trains. It's all going down. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching this episode of Transport Fever. My name, of course, has been Old Potato, and I'll see you next time. Bye.